AI talking avatars are absolutely taking the world by storm. Look around, you see entire social media accounts run by these digital characters. For example, I grew my own YouTube channel to over 250k subscribers and garnered close to 8 million views in total, and that same character is now the face of my fast-growing Instagram as well, so it definitely doesn't just stop on YouTube. And I'm not alone here. Countless creators are leveraging this technology to automate huge parts of their content workflow. That is why in this video I decided to partner up with HeyGen to show you guys a step-by-step walkthrough on how to properly create those talking AI avatars. So today's video is going to be broken down in 3 key chapters. So in chapter 1, I'll show you how to clone yourself. So if you don't want to be on camera at all, but you still want to build that personal brand and essentially automate yourself, this chapter is for you. Next, I'm diving into HeyGen's insane UGC models, perfect for crafting eye-catching ads that stand out. And lastly, I'm going to show you how I create my own iconic avatar, the exact prompt I use, then I'll show you how to generate an image all within HeyGen, and of course I'll show you how to get that animated too. So excited for this video, and let's get into it. So as for the first step of this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually clone yourself using this tool. So now let me show you a 10-second clip of how I managed to clone myself, and then I'm going to show you all the details and what do you need to know to actually do that for yourself.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a digital clone of anyone. This technique is incredibly realistic and has the power to basically automate your entire content workflow by removing the need to be on camera.
Alright, so now that you've seen how cool and realistic it looks, let's actually get into it and create our first clone together. So to create your clone, you're going to head over to avatars here on the left. So just click on that. Once you do that, this section is going to open up. They do offer a lot of presets as well, but we're going to cover more on that in step number 2 of this tutorial. For now, we do want to make a clone of ourselves. So to do that, click on create new avatar right here, and here you're going to see all these options. Now, you do want to select hyper realistic avatar if you do want to clone yourself. So I'm going to do that, and you're immediately going to be greeted by HeyGen's CEO Joshua with a short message, so you can listen to that, but I'll just click on. And now you basically want to choose still or motion. Now, if you're going to be creating an avatar similar to what I did, where I'm just sitting in a room, you know, talking, you obviously want to choose still, but obviously if you're like outside walking around, whatever, you can choose motion. And later on, I'm going to show you how the motion avatars look made by HeyGen, because they do offer some presets with motion. But if you're a beginner, I recommend you to just go with still, because it's just easier to create. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now you need to get familiar with some instructions. They do offer video instructions, but you know, to keep it simple, I'll just go with the text instructions. And this part is really simple. All you need to do is give them a 2 to 5 minute long video of you talking. The video has to be in a high resolution. If you can record in 4K, so for example, my camera does record in 4K, or if you have a phone that records in 4K, do use that, do utilize that, because the video that way will be even more, you know, like realistically looking and crispy and just looking super nice. Next up, you want to record in a well-lit and quiet environment. Next up, you want to look directly in the camera. So as you saw, my clone was like just looking precisely at the camera, not around really. Next up, and that's important, you want to pause between sentences. You genuinely want to take breaks, like don't just speak non-stop. Make sure that the data that you're giving AI looks as realistic as possible, so that it actually is going to produce realistic results and looks of yourself. And next up, you can use generic gestures, but they should be below your chest level basically if you are going to gesture at all. And also don't stitch any footage, don't talk without pauses. But anyway, I've kind of already talked about these points, but if something is still confusing, just feel free to pause the video and actually read through. But I'm going to go to the next step. So the next step is to upload your footage. Obviously, you are given an option to record with webcam. I would not recommend to do that, because you do want to record it with a nice camera on a tripod, you know, in high quality. Webcams tend to have lower quality anyway, you know, the ones that are built up into our computers. So if that's a possibility, I would definitely recommend you to record your footage on the camera. And once you do that, just click on upload footage. Once all of that is done, you're going to be presented with this screen where you basically have to tick some options. Now, basically, HeyGen makes it very simple for you to create your actual clone, because as you can see here are the following things that you need to tick. First of all, your face is visible at all times. You're looking directly into the camera. Next is there are pauses between sentences. And lastly, the environment is well lit and quiet. So if we apply some simple logic, basically these are the 4 crucial steps and elements that you need to keep in mind when making your clone. So yeah, just make sure all these actually match the reality. And if they do, just again, tick all of them. Also, if you did record in 4K resolution, or if your camera supports it, make sure to obviously tick that at the bottom as well, so that the resolution actually preserves. And once all of that is finally done, you're gonna click on my footage looks good. Next up, you need to give a consent. Basically, you need to give AI a permission to use your footage, right? I guess for legal reasons. So it's very simple. HeyGen does give you an option to actually upload your consent and record it on a phone, but I recommend you to actually record it on the webcam, because the quality here doesn't really matter. So why not just, you know, record it on that webcam? And it's super simple. As you can see here in this recording that I made, I'm literally just sitting here, you know, talking to the webcam. I read this sentence off the screen, and then AI processed it like all within 15 seconds, and just like that, the consent was submitted. So as you can see, after you record, you just click on submit right here. It takes about 10 to 20 seconds to validate, and from there your video starts to upload. That also takes another few minutes, and once it gets uploaded, you're gonna see this exact exact screen. So then you're gonna click on done, and then maybe wait additional 5 to 10 minutes for the avatar to be processed. And once it gets processed, that is when you can actually start to automate yourself and use it as much as you want. So let me show you how. So now if I go to avatars right here, as you can see, it's basically going to show up right here. So in order to actually use that avatar, I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm gonna click again on my avatar. And now I'm actually gonna click on create with AI Studio. As you can see, you can choose landscape and portrait quality. Of course, I didn't record the video in the vertical resolution, so I'm gonna choose landscape. But if you want to automate your Instagram reels, shorts, or whatever, this option is also here for you. Now we are in HeyGen Studio, where you're basically gonna edit your avatar. So first of all, it needs a script, right? So to do that, there's two options basically to give it a script. You can either use the voice that HeyGen cloned, because when you uploaded your avatar, HeyGen didn't only clone your obviously visuals and gestures, it also picked up your voice, and it can recreate your voice obviously. So that's what you can use. You can simply click right here, and instead of this default text, just paste whatever text you want. And as you can see, the voice here says AI guy, so that's my voice that it cloned. You can also choose from other voices, or you can go to HeyGen library, but you know, if you made a clone of yourself, it only makes sense to use your own voice, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now this is the first way to create a clone of yourself, and that way is truly 100% automated. So the other way actually to go about this, you can, like I said, use that text, but they also offer this upload option right here, upload audio. So you could, for example, record your voiceover with a mic. You still don't have to be on camera, because it's just much easier to record your voice without the camera, trust me. So you do that, it takes a few minutes, and then you simply upload your audio file in here, and then it's going to process your audio file and basically create a clone using AI, but with your own audio, if that makes sense. But of course, to keep it fun, I'm only gonna give it text and see how it turns out, and that's it basically. Then you can also select the avatar, and you can adjust positioning like so. You can make it bigger, you know, or more zoomed in, so to speak, but I'll keep it the way it is. And then when you export, you can name it, so I'll just name it AI guy, and then you can click on submit. And here are some important options. So first of all, if you record it in 4K, you're gonna head over here to resolution and choose 4K. Next up, FPS. I do want to increase it to 60 always. And lastly, you do want to turn off the watermark. So as you can see here in the bottom right, they're gonna by default put this watermark. I do want to turn that off, and click on submit just like that. It's gonna take about 5 to 10 minutes to generate that footage as well. So I can just show you a clip right now what we got.
AI talking avatars are absolutely taking the world by storm. Look around. You see entire social media accounts run entirely by these digital characters.
Cool. Now you know how to generate your own AI clone with this tool. Now the next thing I want to show you here is UGC actors that HeyGen offers, and they look super awesome. So if you want to run like a TikTok account, for example, with, you know, you want to promote products, or you want to run ads of some kind, or you don't want to be on camera at all and you want to grow a personal brand, but you want to use AI characters to do that, that's for you. So I scouted through a lot of these presets, and some of them are truly amazing, but the most interesting ones I found to be in the UGC section right here.
Welcome to the new era of video creation with HeyGen. Simply type your script to get started.
Or there was another one I found when I was testing this tool around last night. This one, Camila. This one is truly amazing because she's actually, remember earlier in the video, I told you that I was gonna show you an example of a motion clone, basically. That's it. So she's basically, as you can see, she's walking on the street as she's talking. So let's take a look.
Welcome to the new era of video creation with HeyGen. Simply type your script to get started.
So yeah, if you want to create your own AI influencer, basically you don't want to be on camera at all. Even if it comes down to cloning yourself, you still don't want to show yourself at all. That's an amazing alternative because those are real human beings. All of those were made with like using the data of real human beings. So that's an awesome way to go about this. And if you actually want to recreate one of those, and the technique is very similar to how I did it with my own clone. So all you do is you click on one of these, whatever one you like. So, you know, let's say I want to create this one. So I'll click on create with AI Studio, and here I'll choose portrait, obviously. And then once you go in, the same technique applies. So you can either type in the text, or if you are a girl, for example, and you want to use your own voice, you can also do that. So record your own audio file. Then again, you go to script right here. Then you click on this upload audio button and upload whatever voiceover you have in mind. So now that you've seen how to create clone of yourself, UGC actors, now I want to show you how to create something similar to my own avatar using HeyGen, and all within HeyGen. So first of all, you're going to click on create a new avatar. Now we're going to click on generate here at the bottom, because we are going to be generating our image from ground up, basically. Now we're going to select a name. So I'll just select AI guy. Now in the age, I'm going to select young adult. So, but you know, they do offer different age groups. Also in gender, I'll select man. Ethnicity, I guess he's more white. And then in describe your avatar, I'm going to put in this prompt. If I'm not going to forget that part, I'll link this prompt down in the description below. If it's not going to be there, leave a comment and I'll make sure to put it there. That's the same exact prompt that I use for my own character. So you feel free to copy it, or at least model this prompt, you know, model its structure and whatever, you know, values I give it. so that you can build something of your own. Then in the orientation, of course, I'm going to choose portrait, but you could choose whatever, you know, you prefer. And then the pose, I think the upper body pose is the best. Basically, whatever you're seeing in my camera right now, like that's kind of the upper body pose. So it's more of a typical POV for YouTube videos. So that's what you want to choose. And then style, actually, I prefer to keep it unspecified so that AI can actually give us more options, but they do offer specific styles. So if you're going for realistic looks or cartoonish looks or vintage looks, all these options are here available to you. Now, I'll just click on generate preview and see what we get. All right, so here are the looks that we got. As you can see, it's not like super realistic, so it's a bit cartoonish, right? You can tell it's a fictional character. Nonetheless, it looks awesome, especially this guy in the top right. Honestly, it looks like great version or great generation. So yeah, once you like it, you click on save. If you don't like it, you can click on generate again. I'll click on save because I do like this one, and it's going to be saved in my library, as you can see. So once it's saved, you do have an option to add a voice later, or you can actually add a voice to this avatar. And so here we have a few interesting options. So the first thing that HeyGen offers is they're going to design a voice to basically match your avatar based on whatever algorithms they use to figure that out. And so let's actually give a listen to some of these voices.
Hi, I am a generated voice, and this is how I sound. This is a quick demonstration.
Hi, I am a generated voice, and this is how I sound.
Hi, I am a generated voice, and this is how I sound.
Honestly, it doesn't sound too bad at all, especially given the fact it took like 30 seconds for HeyGen to match the photo with these voices, which is absolutely crazy. So if you like one of these voices, you could just click on add voice and use it that way, or you could clone your own voice. So it's kind of partially cloning yourself, except you're making a digital, you know, basically creating a digital version of yourself with a prompt, and then you clone your voice, which is a crazy concept. So you can basically build your own personal brand, just like I did essentially. You can create your own avatar and then plug in your own voice to it, which is super cool. And the remaining feature that they offer here when it comes to customizing your voice is choosing a smart voice match. So basically it's choosing one of the voices from their pre-existing library, although I would recommend to just either design your own voice like that and choose the one, or the best option really is to voice clone your own voice. And my advice is even written right here, so I'm definitely on the same page with HeyGen, is you should have a more or less high quality microphone. I mean, my microphone is like $100, so it's not like the highest quality and it's not the best on the market, but it still gets the job done. So if you're gonna clone your voice on a bad microphone with like your phone or something, I would recommend to go with the voice design. But anyway, I'll just choose a random one to continue and complete this avatar. And just like that, our avatar is fully ready to use. And you already know the drill from here. You can click on that, create with Studio, and basically work with your avatar right here, which is super cool. So just to test it out, I'm gonna give it a few random sentences, basically the same sentences I used to open this video in the intro. So I'm gonna give it a generation and insert a quick clip right now just to see how it turns out.
AI talking avatars are absolutely taking the world by storm. Look around. You see entire social media accounts run entirely by these digital characters. For example, I grew my YouTube channel to 250k subscribers and nearly 8 million views, all powered by an AI character I created with HeyGen. And that same character, it's now the face of my fast-growing Instagram.
Alright, so that's it for today's video. Again, shout out to HeyGen for partnering up with me for this video. I hope you liked it. Now, if you want to see more content like this on my channel, just click on the video you're seeing on the screen now. Now, seriously, just click here and watch the video. I'm serious about it, so go right here.